Good morning, students. I welcome you all to Agricultural Development Trust, Shardabai Pawar, Mahila Arts, Commerce and Science College, Sharda Nagar, Baramati. Okay, so good day, everyone. Now, last period we finished about privatization. Say, what is the meaning of privatization? So, as I told you, privatization means what? Government interference will be less and encouragement of private industries will be more. Why privatization? Government increased or say he introduced according to the new economic policy because government wanted to expand industries, and due to expansion of industries production will be more, and due to that growth and employment will be there. That's why government wanted to what? Encourage privatization. Then we yesterday also studied regarding the measures we were studying, so in that only we finished, I think so, 4 points. Again I will repeat that. The first is what? Disinvestment. Now disinvestment means what? That the shares of sick public sector units, if they want to sell, so they can sell to the other companies. So the company, if is in sick industrial unit and he wants to earn profit, he wants to sell his shares, he can sell to the other company. So disinvestment means that. So Maruti, so the examples have been given of companies: Maruti, ITDC Hotels, IPCL, and VSNL. So these companies, when they were going sick or they were not running in profit, they sold their shares to other companies. That is called as disinvestment. Now the second point was de-reservation policy. Now, what happened in de-reservation policy? As we have studied, 18 industries were under government. From that, then four industries, and after that, then new economic policy, government kept only two under industries under him. That is what? Railway and atomic. Only these two industries were under government. Otherwise, the remaining industries government made into privatization. Then the third point was establishment of Board of Industrial and Financial Reconstruction. So this was set up in the year 1996. Why it was set up? So that the sick public sector units will be registered under this Industry and Financial Reconstruction, BIFR. And they have told that at the end of 1996, 188 cases of sick public sector units were referred to BIFR. Then the fourth point is, listen now this properly. The fourth point, that is creation of National Renewal Board, that is NRB. Now, why this was established? Which one? National Renewal Board. Now, what they have told, that when public sector units were closed because of the losses, the workers had to face the problem of unemployment and poverty. And to solve this problem, then government created National Renewal Board, which takes the responsibility of providing compensation to the workers as well as those seeking voluntary retirement. Now, see, again, I am repeating this. What they have told, National NRB, that is National Renewal Board, was established. So, why it was established? See, when sick public units, that is, we have studied, they started selling shares. So, when they sold out the shares, that company was in loss. And due to loss, then the workers, we have studied in unemployment chapter, that due to loss, what happens? The company removes the workers from the job. So, there were various types of unemployment. So then people having no jobs are coming under the criteria of what? Unemployment. So this National Renewal Board, that is NRB, was set up so that they can solve the problems of unemployment. Then those who had retirement problems, say, or voluntary retirement, any one person has to take. So that problems will be considered by NRB, and NRB will find a solution and pay compensation to workers. Compensation means what, children? Money. Whatever money is there, at least half amount the workers will get. What will be their demand? According to that, NRB will do the research and give money to the workers who are unemployed. This is the work of NRB, that is National Renewal Board. Then the fifth measure of privatization is what? Navratna. status. Now, see, children, Navratna status. So, this was during the period, say 1997 to 98. Under that period, or under this years, 9 public sector units were selected by the government and given the status of Navratnas. Why? Because on the basis of their performance. And these Navratnas were given full financial and managerial autonomy, children. Means under this academic year, that is 1997-98, government had selected companies, 9 companies, which were coming under Navratnas. Why they selected? Because their performance was excellent. That's why. And then this Navratna companies got their freedom. Autonomy means free autonomy regarding their financial and managerial structure because of the performance. So this is coming under where? Privatization. So they have given the 9 companies which have been awarded by the government, also given the status of Navratna. So that is Indian Oil Corporation, Oil and Natural Gas Corporation, Hindustan Petroleum Corporation Limited, Bharat Petroleum Corporation Limited, that is IOC, ONGC, HPCL, BPCL, then IPCL, that is Indian Petrochemicals Corporation Limited, VSNL, Videsh Sanchar Nigam Limited, then BHEL, BHEL, it is called as Bharat Heavy Electricals Limited, then SAIL, 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 that is Steel Authority of India Limited, and NTPC, that is National Thermal Power Corporation, children. So at present, this public sector units, that is PSUs, have been further recognized into Mini Ratnas and Maharatnas. Now, see, children, what we have studied first 4 points, that is disinvestment, de-reservation policy, establishment of BIFR, creation of National Renewal Board. Navratna status we are studying. In that Navratna status, they have given the 9 companies name which government has told them these are Navratnas. Why Navratnas? For the excellent performance. And due to this autonomy, that means freedom has been given them for their financial and managerial autonomy. Then from this, they have told from this public sector units, they have been further categorized into Mini Ratnas and Maharatnas. Understood, student, this much? Any queries in this 5 points? Hello, am I audible, girls? Sure? Okay, okay. So, any queries in this? Which word, which meaning you have not understood? You can ask me again, children. Hi, yes, Nikita? These are under privatization, means public sector units. These. Now, see what we have studied. There were how many companies under government? 18 companies were under government. Yes or no? Then, after 18 companies, then this what happened? Only 4 government came and kept under him. Then, after this new economic policy, again what happened? Only 2 industries were confirmed by the government by the year 2014. Then privatization was more encouraged, and from this private industries, then government has given this 9 companies Navratna status for the excellent performance, children. Okay. So shall we study? Go further now. What is Mini Ratnas and what is Maharatnas? We'll study that, children. Okay. So we'll continue further. Any queries you have regarding children? Anyone has any queries? Hello. Okay. See, now in mobile, we have BSNL. So BSNL is what? Videsh Sanchar Nigam Limited. And BSNL, can anyone tell the full form of BSNL? Yes? BSNL full form. Hello, girls. BSNL full form. BSNL full form. Ha, yes, good. Because BSNL is there and BSNL is there. BSNL is Videsh Sanchar Nigam Limited and BSNL is Bharat Sanchar Nigam Limited. Yes. Now come to this Mini Ratna companies. Now, what is this Mini Ratna? See, the concept of Mini Ratna was introduced by the government of India in the year 2002. Then that Mini Ratna was again divided into two categories. That is Mini Ratna category 1 and Mini Ratna category 2nd. See, your children, what I am telling. Mini Ratna was introduced by the government in the year 2002. Then that Mini Ratna was again divided into two types. That is Mini Ratna category 1 and Mini Ratna category 2. Now, what is this Mini Ratna category? We will see. A public sector company should have made profit in the last 3 years continuously, and the pre tax profit should have been 30 crores or more than at least one of the 3 years. Means what, children? See, Mini Ratna category 1. Continuous 3 years, the company should be in profit. They are telling. Continuous 3 years. Then, whatever tax they have paid, at least from that 1 year, the tax amount will be up to 30 crores or more than that in 1 year. That is called as coming under Mini Ratna category 1. And Mini Ratna category 2 is what? A public sector company can be called as Mini Ratna category 2nd when it has continuously made profit for last 3 years as well as it has a positive net worth. Now see, Mini Ratna category 1, what it is telling? Continuous 3 years profit as well as tax payment of that particular company should have been more than 30 crores in a year. Means from that 3 years, 1 year it should have paid tax to the government in the amount, whatever amount will be, it will be 30 crores and above. And Mini Ratna category 2nd is telling that the companies which have continuous 3 years profit as well as a positive net worth, means whatever income is there, that is positively means what? The calculations are proper in a company. Whatever transactions have been done, that is all white money, proper thing, no misfraud, no miscalculations. So this, if a company occurs in continuous 3 years and continuous 3 years it has been in profit, that comes under the category of Mini Ratna category 2nd. Any queries in Mini Ratna? See, Mini Ratna, I am repeating again, it was introduced by the government of India in 2002. Then that Mini Ratna category was divided into two parts, Mini Ratna category 1 and Mini Ratna category 2. Children, observe, Mini Ratna is titled, then we divide into two parts. Then Mini Ratna category 1, you can note it down also. What it tells in bracket, you can write it down. Minimum company should have what? Achieved 3 years profit. And the next is what? Amount should be how much, children? If you remember, tax amount 30 crore. From that, any 3 year, 1 year, they should pay the amount of 30 crores as tax profit. And here, second category is what? Can you repeat? Second category? Hello? 3 years? Continuously 3 years profit should be there. Very good, right? Continuously 3 years profit should be there. And what should be there? Positive net worth. So this you can easily understand. What is Mini Ratna? Now come to the next point. What is Maharatna? Why the companies are given the title Maharatna company? We'll see. The Maharatna category for central public sector enterprises. See, yeah, this is central public sector enterprises. CPSEs was introduced in the year 2009 with the objective to empower mega CPSEs to expand their operations and emerge as global giants or become Indian multinational companies' children, MNCs. Now, very interesting this is. Maharatna companies means, see, the Maharatna category is coming under which public central or central public sector enterprises, CPSEs. Now, coming under this category, it was introduced in the year 2009. And the objective of this Maharatna companies was to expand their work, to expand their operations. And when their expansion is there, they should go internationally, means globalization should be there. The whole world should know that particular company. So let it be if it comes under MNCs also, that is Indian multinational corporation. So can you tell me example of any one company which recognized globally in privatization? Globally, the whole world recognize that particular company. For example, I will tell you Tata's. Yes or no? Hello, children. The Tata company, you know. Now see whether their project of that nano car was successful or lost, profit or loss, it depends upon the particular entrepreneur. But due to that nano car, the Tata company during that particular period was globalized, world famous, children. Did you got my point what I am telling? So these companies are given the status of Maharatna. Understood what I told? That during that introduction of nanotechnology, nano cars, the Tata company was recognized as the world famous company, children, globally, because the intention was that a person whose earning is 50,000 or 60,000 that also can purchase a car. During that intention was that thing. So then that company was recognized globally as Indian multinational company also we can tell. And then it was profitable and it was given the status of Maharatna company. Understood? So any one more company can you tell me as I told you about Tata's? Give any one example of company which is globalized, which is worldwide known, famous for their production say. Microsoft. So Microsoft is what related to child? Can you explain? Yes, it is related to software and techniques. So what is it is a foreign or Indian company, child? Foreign company. Okay, so it will come under multinational MNCs. Okay, okay, good. So understood this. Which companies are coming under mini ratnas and which company are coming under Maharatnas. So where this is coming, this whole concept is coming under which children? Privatization. Yes or no? The whole concept, the whole measures, Maharatnas, Mini Ratnas, Navaratnas, where we are studying this in privatization. Why privatization? Because governments want to encourage private industries. Expansion should be there. Due to expansion, the financial condition of the company will improve and we will have development children. Understood? Any queries in this?